Hey, so it's Keithy. What's up? So we're gonna have a little talk about an interesting subject. I guess I've shown the outside of my house. Looks like a weird house. Just getting cleaned up after all the work, and a lot of these people in this world are, well, not the amazing people. Seem to like define themselves by what they drive. That's what I drive as a 14-year-old, nearly 15-year-old, 14-year-old Toyota Tacoma truck with 360,000 miles on it. Anyways, so the topic is the flat Earth and other conspiracies and stuff like that. So I'm going to get into it, but let me precede this by telling you who this is coming from, okay? It's coming from me, but like how I think. So some people fancy themselves as being spiritual people, but it's more of a know thing, a knowledge thing, a knowledge. They don't actually live it, and that's a lot of stuff to do with spirituality. They don't actually experience it, and so I'm not saying I've always been like this. I've just reached this point just in the last couple of years where it's fully like sort of ripened or what do you want to call it, fermented or marinated and just become a part of my DNA. I used to be a very fearful kid and a very fearful adult about conspiracy type things and the world's going to end and death and not having all my dreams come true and all this kind of stuff. And so I very much live in this thing of what I've said to you about this life is a couple words in a big play. That's the actual soul life. This life is a couple steps in a marathon. That's the actual soul life, and people get way too caught up in all this shit. The other thing is that you've chosen to be here to experience what you've experienced. So whether you're a person that is privileged with a lot of blessings, or whether you're a poor person, or this is going to go against what a lot of people think. Don't care. I know it's true. I've really checked in. I've done the work. So we're going to get right back to the topic. So this is coming from me, okay? And I am a privileged person. I have earned everything I've had, but my dad became extremely wealthy. He's from a poor family, and I pretty much started to work. Went to college a little bit, and then just kind of started working for my dad right away, and dropped right into a really big, like very successful career, and became vice president of my dad's company, stuff like that, okay? So this is coming from the point of view of a sort of privileged but self-made person, okay? Being the son of my dad, and my dad doesn't give me I don't want anything from my dad. So the flat earth and other conspiracies. Wow, I spent 3 minutes talking about that. So the flat earth, I don't really want to think about it because it just seems like a distraction, and as well as other conspiracies. And I have fully ingested David Icke's Tales from the Time Loop, and it's a pretty amazing book. I thought it was really cool. David Icke seems like a cool guy. He doesn't seem really well-rounded to me. He looks very unhealthy when I look at him. Whatever. So the flat earth, I see all of this stuff as a distraction. And if I had been caught up in all of this, I wouldn't be where I'm at spiritually. And the real conspiracy to me is that this kind of stuff is this sort of fear thing of like not really feeling like our feet is on the ground of where we really think it is, I live a very reclusive life. I live in where I actually live. I went to Thailand. It was my first time out of the US. It was really one of few times, other than going to like Arizona, which is not so far away from me. I haven't really traveled the world that much, and I live in a very small area, just meaning Southern California, which is actually a pretty epic place to live, really. So what I'm trying to say is if the world is flat or round, it doesn't really affect me, and like getting caught up in that. This is just my personal opinion and how I'm approaching this. I'm not trying to tell you that you should think like this. I'm kind of a real fantasy person. I kind of do my own thing. I'm in my own little world. And I don't want to be distracted. A lot of the conspiracy stuff seems like a lot of like staying up late, researching on the internet and stuff like that. And if the world is flat, I've lived on it thinking it was round, and if it's flat now, it's like, how is that going to affect me? Like, this is more than I really want to talk about it. And I actually, I've been in surveying and stuff like that, of where I've heard people that survey large areas of where they talk about the curvature of the earth. It doesn't really matter to me. I just do my own thing. So that's kind of all I got to say about it. And I think things just happen. I don't really have much else to say about it. I thought I would talk about this a lot, and you know, it's like the Trump presidency, you know? Conspiracies. What's the conspiracy is to conspire. So like I'm conspiring with other people I know to sort of save electronic music from the sort of laptop idiots of the world that are turning electronic music into a big fucking electronic dance music EDM joke. So, I mean, that's all that really means. And, you know, the thing I wanted to say about the Trump presidency is just, I did my thing. I showed up, I voted. I didn't vote for either of the two people that you were supposed to vote for. I just do my own thing, and I just exist near this forest and just do my thing. And like, there's been so much stuff that's happened in my lifetime. The one side note I do have to say on conspiracy stuff, like a lot of people think that we're living in this whole Wizard of Oz illusion. And you know what I mean by Wizard of Oz, the guy behind the curtain that's just completely fake and putting up this whole fake illusion. This whole song and dance. Yeah, song and dance. If that's true, I don't understand why the internet would exist and why YouTube would exist, because so many of us are connecting with each other and exchanging ideas, and some of those ideas are really stupid, some of them are amazing, and it's just an empowering tool. So if we were being conspired against to be kept stupid, I don't really see why the internet would exist. That's it, really. I just want to do my own thing and just experience life, and I put myself here to be here. We signed up for this. And I'm just into having a positive attitude, and I just think that getting caught up in a lot of stuff just keeps you from being everything that you can be. The Trump presidency I wanted to talk about, because it's just, you talk about illusion. There's a lot of fucking stupid people in this world, man, and I don't think there's any doubt in anybody's mind about that stupid people by far outweigh the smart people, although it seems to be in privileged places where there's mostly a lot of stupid people. And I think most of what I'm talking about are like people that I call rednecks or white trash. According to what I've heard, I've not been to Australia, but like what I've heard from people that are worldly, that most of the stupid people live in America and Australia. So it was the stupid people that put Trump into power, and thinking that they were going to save him, and now he's going to do everything that's just going to go kind of fuck them. So I think the basic thing that I'm trying to say is just be fearless, just live your life, and just know that, in the spiritual world, there is no, the spirit world, the real world, which is what we are, spiritual beings. We're more beings of mental, beings of thought, and strangely enough, what we can't control the most is our thoughts, and that's what conspiracy has a lot to do with people getting obsessed with it, of them not being able to control their thinking and focus on stuff and do the amazing stuff that they do. 10 minutes and 45 seconds coming up, so I think that's enough, really. I was thinking about the fact that I went to Thailand. Again, I'm not trying to disprove it, and I do, in terms of conspiracies, what I'm trying to say is I flew to Thailand, and if the world is round, I left Los Angeles, went to Shanghai, and then flew from Shanghai to Chiang Mai, and then I was in Thailand for 30 or 40 days. And then let's pretend that if I had, when I left Thailand, if maybe I was going to go and see a friend in New York or something like that, then I would fly completely around the world if it was round. And see, I don't care if it's round or flat. Like, I'm just doing my thing. I live here in Running Springs in this forest, and this is my whole world, and I don't care. I love it, and I'm just going to consume it and love it. And I'm a worldly person because of the internet, and I seem intelligent, I seem worldly, although I haven't been to a lot of places. Being to Thailand changed my mind. But the point is, sorry for that digression, is that I would fly around the world to New York, and then I would go literally around the world to get back to the LA area, which is where I live. So that would mean that all the pilots would have to be in on this whole conspiracy or whatever. But, I'm fully aware that the whole thing could be an illusion, because a lot of people are under the illusion that we need to kill animals and that we need to be focused on money and do stupid shit where we're more focused on money making than the air we breathe, the food we eat, clean water. That's like one of the biggest conspiracies going on. And I do have to say, it seems like a time of revolution, or revolution's coming up, and I really have actually, I'm not going to Washington, D.C. to participate in any marches or do anything like that. When I was really young and doing this, I was already a raw vegan. I was working in a great career. I was going to a lot of expos and learning the whole environmental movement and all that kind of stuff. And I decided, I was already like sort of introverted and insular. I've always been that way. And I just decided I don't really care that much about human issues, really. I'm more concerned about the environment. And so for me, I'm an activist for the environment and sustainability, and that's really the end of it. Like I said, if you can wrap all that up of what I'm saying, live your life and do what's right, and don't be distracted by things that don't affect you, Way out there is the desert. I'm on the downside of the mountain. Alright, I'm going to cut this off before I hit the 15-minute mark. This is Keith, Live Rockstar. Links in the drop down, but support me by supporting my music. secondculture.bandcamp.com, second-culture.com. That drop down box, I've been I'm going to put a lot more information, a lot more stuff in there, so kind of always look at that drop down, alright? Alright, peace out, love you very much, and have a great day. I'm keeping up the video a day. This is a long one. I knew it would be. Love you. Bright blessings. Namaste. Bye.